Hi, good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to today's ceremony for the Navy birthday and the presentation of the Volunteer of the Year Award. We'll start with our national anthem. It's the Pinch Hitters Racing City Chorus for the national anthem. So everyone, please rise for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare was bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you all. It's a beautiful rendition. So a round of applause. Thank you so much. I would like to welcome you. I should have introduced myself a little bit ago, but I'm Senior Chief Martin, President of our Capital Area Chief Petty Officer Association. So thanks for coming this morning. We'll talk about the Navy birthday. So I'd like to welcome Tyler Warman to the podium to give a history of the United States Navy. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome to the annual celebration of the official recognized birthday of the United States Navy here at the USS SLATER and Destroyer Escort Historical Museum. Today, October 13th, 2024, marks 249 years since the Continental Congress passed a resolution to create a Navy to combat the growing threat against American merchants by the British Royal Navy. At that time, the Royal Navy was the largest and strongest navy the world had ever known, but American sailors were undeterred and ultimately played a vital role in securing American independence alongside their French allies. The patriotic fighting spirit and their love of American maritime tradition continues on today in the hearts of every American sailor. So how did the United States Navy go from a fledgling group of armored merchant frigates to the most powerful navy in human history? The answer is, in fact, quite simple, and it can be found in the motto of the United States Naval Academy, Excienta Tridens, from knowledge, sea power. This declarative concept lies at the core of our naval excellence. It is the root cause for all our legendary Navy has accomplished. By the 1840s, the age of sail had all but passed, and American shipbuilders were leading the way in maritime innovation, most notably in steam-powered engines and shell-based ammunition. With these new technologies, the U.S. Navy was able to transport 12,000 soldiers to Veracruz in the 1847 during the Mexican-American War. This would be the first major amphibious assault by American forces, and would serve as a benchmark for the legendary Normandy landings on D-Day almost 100 years later. The 1860s brought a new technology to the forefront of naval warfare, known as ironclads. Ships were being outfitted for the first time with steel armor plating, protecting them from the explosive and incendiary shells that would destroy the previous wooden-based ships. With the infamous 1862 battle between the USS Monitor and Confederate ironclad CSS Virginia, it became clear that the traditional ships of the line were gone for good and that armor ships were here to stay. Over time, the ironclad warship would serve as the inspiration for destroyers, cruisers, battleships, and ultimately aircraft carriers that would become legendary over the next 100 years. Over the course of the 20th century, the United States Navy finally took its place at the forefront of naval excellence, from the Great White Fleet of Theodore Roosevelt to the legendary 3rd and 7th Fleets of World War II, from ballistic missile submarines of the Cold War to the nuclear-powered aircrafts of today, our Navy is known over the world as the unstoppable force for good, a symbol of freedom, democracy. But the true heroes of our Navy are not the ships, not the submarines, nor the aircrafts. They are the men and the women that protect and serve our country every day. The midshipmen, the ensigns, the commanders, the admirals, they are the heroes of America. And every day, they lead our country forward into the future. Today, on the 249th anniversary of the founding of the United States Navy, we honor all sailors, past and present, who serve with honor to protect our country. We thank them for their courage, their sacrifice, and we will continue to do so for generations to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tyler. Next, we'll give the Volunteer of the Award or Volunteer of the Year award. So I'd like to welcome Senior Chief Rowe to the podium.
Morning, everyone. I'm Lance Rowe. I'm the member chair, the CPOA member chair, Albany CPOA member chair. Thanks everyone for coming out today, and thanks for having Senior Chief Martin and myself. It's definitely an honor. So thank you. The Capital Area Chief Petty Officer Association is committed to serving the Albany area naval community, and in particular the USS SLATER. Beginning in 2006, our association has selected a Volunteer of the Year from among SLATER's dedicated volunteers.
It's my privilege to announce that the 2024 USS SLATER Volunteer of the Year is Grant Hack. Grant, will you join us? Grant, we're very impressed with your efforts over the last 20 years as a tour guide, going above and beyond to deliver not only entertaining but also informative tours. We note the unique first-hand experience that you bring to the museum as a result of your service as an engineman with the Coast Guard. Your consistent efforts have been an inspiration to your fellow volunteers. Additionally, your dedication and meticulous attention to detail have provided the opportunity for many generations of visitors to witness the role that USS SLATER has played in our history. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And then that's your moment. You have the floor.
Yeah, we're done.
They didn't tell you that, right?
Speech. I really don't know what to say except thank you. A lot of people that I'd really like to thank. Wow. It started with my wife bringing me here. Paul Chesick, who gave me the first tour. Tim Rizzuto, the staff we have now. I'd just like to thank everybody. We've got a really good crew here and keeping history alive. So, thank you.
Yeah. They didn't tell you you had anything, but that was good.
Yeah, I pulled a shot.
That was a great impromptu.
Wow.
Well deserved. Next, I'd like to welcome B.J. Costello, Destroyer Escort Historical Museum Board Chairman, for his remarks. Thanks, Chief. Thank you. How's everybody doing? Good. Are we happy we're inside? Got my, sea jacket on, ready, and then Tony said, "No, it was raining. We decided to come inside." So thank you, Tony. It's nice. How does everybody like this new building, by the way? This just really makes a big difference. Well, I would just like to say, first of all, thank you, Chiefs. And SLATER is very honored to host this ceremony every year. We thank the Chiefs for their significant contributions to the Navy and to celebrating our birthday here. And how was that history of the Navy? How was that? Was that great or what? The point that was made that I just like to reiterate is that while the Navy consists of many types of ships, planes, and other vehicles, the most important element cementing our history as the greatest Navy in the world
are the women and the men who serve. They're all volunteers, and they write a check to serve in the highest traditions of the Navy for up to and including their lives. I was privileged to be in 2003 on the Constellation, which is a carrier, coming back from the Persian Gulf. And I saw men and women, sailors, average age 20 and a half years old, launching planes, collecting planes. And when a plane is collected, it hits a series of steel wires. And if one of those snaps, it would cut you in half like a sword. These women and men were doing that. And the reason that they were so successful, in my view, and the reason I was successful as a naval officer, was chiefs. A chief saved my life in Vietnam. Chiefs train people how to run the Navy, and there's nothing like it. So thank you very much. Today we honor individuals here at SLATER in recognizing the sacrifices they have made, and also, as Grant pointed out, their families made. Because everybody who's in the Navy is there by themselves, but there's a wife or children or parents or boyfriends or girlfriends and happy wives here. Let's hear it for the wives. They're behind them. And so this year at our annual dinner, which is going to be next week, we're going to honor Ken Kashun as our Volunteer of the Year. What surprised me, I don't know if he's still here. I think he left to his gun club meeting. But in any event, he joined the Navy 70 years ago. Think about that. 70 years ago, he was on a ship in the Navy. And he has been serving for those 70 years, including here, since this ship came in the 90s, the last century, to Albany, New York. So we'll honor him there. But congratulations to Grant for all that he has done for so many years here, and all the volunteers, really. Your point was a good point. You thank people, but you thank all the volunteers who are here, because this ship, this beautiful, beautiful ship, totally transformed, is through the work of volunteers here every single day. Some are really talented, some just like me, chip paint. You know, that's your biggest talent. But I look out here and I see way in the back, hiding out there, our welder, and he does so many things for us, and so many people do so much. So thank you all, and again, Chiefs, thank you. And the thing I would just, again, another point you made to remember is that please keep in your prayers those who stand watch, whether in the Mediterranean, the Red Sea, the South China Sea, so many other places. They're out there by themselves on their ships protecting our freedoms. So if you'd keep them in mind, I would appreciate that. So thank you again very much for allowing us to host this. Thank you. Thank you.
You skipped one. Go on and tell you what to do. I should, make her do that.
Sure.
I think we should see if she was correct.
Sure. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. Well, let's see, where is it? Pitch hitters did.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. My home, my home. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies and to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home. America, my home.
Now I see it. It's in the program. So again, thank you all for coming out. It was an honor to have been able to master of ceremonies this presentation. Grant, thanks again for everything you do for the Slater. Last time I was here, she did not have war paint, so it's awesome to see the war paint on the ship, and you all do an amazing job here. Thank you for everything you do. And one of the things that I think, from the outside looking in, seeing the kids come here, you're imparting, all of you are imparting something on the future generation of the Navy, and I thank you for that. So with that, I'd like to conclude the ceremony. There will be a brunch after the ceremony here, and on the observation deck, or are we going to do it in here? Okay, awesome. So please join us for the brunch this morning, and thank you all for coming. Thanks again, Grant. Is that bosun going to pipe dinner for the crew? Let's see dinner for the crew here.
It's a surprise song.
It's a surprise. So we, Rangers City Courts, we have a Armed Forces medley arrangement. So we're going to sing in a little segment that's Anchors Aweigh.
Anchors aweigh, my boys, anchors aweigh. Farewell to college joys, we sail at break of day. Through our last night ashore, drink to the foam. Until we meet once more, here's wishing you a happy voyage home.
Right.